Hello everybody, the topic I'm going to explain to you today is relevant to macroeconomy and it is chapter number 9 A2 economics, and you can also benefit from this topic from this lecture if you are doing any other qualification as well. And the topic is economic growth. Economic growth is rise in real GDP per capita. Whenever a country's GDP per capita increases, it is called economic growth. And economic growth is calculated using this formula. Economic growth is equal to GDP of year 2 minus GDP of year 1 divided by GDP of year 1 multiplied by 100. For example, if we have GDP of 2019 equals to, let's say, $148 billion, and in GDP of 2020 is, let's say, $150 billion. So now what we can do is we can just put these values into formula, and the formula is economic growth is equal to GDP of year 2, means we can put the value of GDP of year 2. Year 2 mean current year and year 1 is the base year, previous year, minus 148 divided by GDP of previous year, like 148 multiplied by 100. And further solving it, we will get the value 2 over 148 multiplied by 100, and this is equal to 1.3%. So GDP is growing at the rate of 1.3% as per these figures. Now moving to the types of economic growth, and types of economic growth are divided into two. One is called actual economic growth and the other one is called potential economic growth. Actual economic growth is achieved when we employ previously unemployed resources. If we have some resources but those resources are not fully employed, then it will show unemployment of resources, and when we employ these resources, then it will definitely lead to increase in some GDP of the country. And whenever GDP increases, it leads to economic growth. So for example, if we have production possibility curve, this production possibility curve, if we produce at point A or at point B along the PPC, it shows that we are employing resources to the optimum extent, but economies are not always at full employment. Sometimes economy may be producing at point inside the PPC, let's say it is point C, and this point C shows that we are producing Y good equal to Y1 and X good, quantity of X good equal to X1. And point C shows unemployment of resources because our resources, boundary of resources is up to this point, which I am shading now. And if we are producing inside the PPC, if we are operating inside the PPC, it shows unemployment of resources. So point C shows unemployment. But if we employ some of these resources, then we will move from point C to, let's say, point D. And by moving to point D, we can see that output of Y good has increased to Y2 and output of X has also increased to X2. So there is a little bit increase in quantity of X produced and quantity of Y produced. So production of X and Y both have increased in this case. And it shows actual economic growth because we have reduced some employment and we have employed some of the resources. So actual economic growth, whenever examiner asks question about actual economic growth, then you must be clear that this type of economic growth is achieved only by employing unemployed resources. Just have a look on question number 33. In an economy, the long run rate of economic growth of potential output is 2.5%. What must happen in the short run if actual output grows at 5%? So the question is relevant to actual growth in output. And as I told you earlier that actual output or actual GDP or actual economic growth is achieved by employing unemployed resources. So option A is correct answer, an increase in employment. And generally option D confuses the students, and students think that D is more appropriate, but keep in mind an increase in labor productivity is increase in quality of resources and it shifts PPC to the right. But in case of actual output, growth of actual output, we move inside the curve because of unemployment of resources. As you can see, by employing more resources, we will move from point C to D and we are moving inside the PPC. This is point inside the PPC and PPC will not shift. Okay, now moving to the potential economic growth. Potential economic growth can also be shown with production possibility curve. Potential economic growth is achieved by increase in quantity or quality of resources. If there is increase in quantity of resources or increase in quality of resources, then PPC will completely shift to the right, and when PPC completely shifts to the right, it is known as potential economic growth. For example, initial PPC is XY, and now if PPC shifts to the right from X to X1 and from Y to Y1, this is called potential economic growth. And this economic growth is achieved whenever there is increase in quantity or quality of resources. For example, if examiner says that there is increase in number of labor force, then it means quantity of resources increasing. Labor is increasing in quantity. But if examiner says that employment has increased, it means that existing unemployed workers are increasing, number of workers is not increasing. तो आपको यहाँ पे जो चीज़ मेनली ज़हन में रखने वाली है वो ये है कि एक्चुअल इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ अचीव होती है सिर्फ एक फैक्टर की वजह से. वो क्या फैक्टर है? वो फैक्टर है एम्प्लॉयमेंट ऑफ प्रीवियसली अनएम्प्लॉयड रिसोर्सेज. और इसके अंदर क्या होता है कि हमारी मूवमेंट इनसाइड द पीपीसी होती है. लेट्स से फ्रॉम पॉइंट सी टू डी अगर हम मूव करते हैं तो ये एक्चुअल इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ होगी और ये अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट कम होने की वजह से अचीव होती है. पोटेंशियल इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ हमारी अचीव होती है अगर हमारे रिसोर्सेज क्वांटिटी में या क्वालिटी में इंक्रीज कर जाएं. फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर नंबर ऑफ़ वर्कर्स इंक्रीज कर जाते हैं, नंबर ऑफ़ मशीन्स इंक्रीज कर जाती हैं या कोई भी और रिसोर्स क्वांटिटी में या क्वालिटी में इंक्रीज होता है तो पीपीसी राइट को चला जाएगा और इसको पोटेंशियल इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ का नाम देते हैं. एक्चुअल और पोटेंशियल इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ कैन बी शोन विद एग्रीगेट डिमांड, एग्रीगेट सप्लाई एज वेल. फॉर एग्जांपल, इफ वी हैव एग्रीगेट सप्लाई कर्व, इनिशियली एग्रीगेट सप्लाई कर्व इज दिस. शुरू में ये हॉरिजॉन्टल स्ट्रेट लाइन होती है, फिर ये पॉजिटिवली स्लोप्ड होता है, फिर ये वर्टिकल स्ट्रेट लाइन हो जाता है. So this is initial aggregate supply curve. Or aggregate demand curve, as you know, is negatively sloped and it looks like this. And on X we have real GDP of the country, and this is origin point and this is price level on y-axis. Initially equilibrium is at point E, where you can see that real GDP is equal to y. Now if there is rise in aggregate demand, then aggregate demand curve will shift to the right from AD to AD1, let's say, and now equilibrium will move to A1, and you can see now GDP has increased to Y1. So this rise in GDP is known as actual economic growth, which is caused by increase in aggregate demand. Now moving to the potential economic growth. Potential economic growth को हम अगर शो करना चाहें कि एग्रीगेट डिमांड एग्रीगेट सप्लाई के थ्रू कैसे एक्चुअल इकोनॉमिक पोटेंशियल इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ हम शो कर सकते हैं, तो इसको देखिए. आपके पास अगेन आपको हॉरिजॉन्टल, देन पॉजिटिवली स्लोप, देन वर्टिकल स्ट्रेट लाइन एग्रीगेट सप्लाई कर्व ड्रॉ करना है और आप एग्रीगेट डिमांड कर्व कहीं पे भी ड्रॉ कर दें एंड इनिशियल इक्विलिब्रियम आपका इस पॉइंट पे होगा. वाई एक्सिस पे हम प्राइस लेवल शो करें. दिस इज ओरिजिन पॉइंट एंड दिस इज रियल जीडीपी. नाउ इफ देयर इज शिफ्ट इन एग्रीगेट सप्लाई कर्व टू द राइट, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल हम इसी हॉरिजॉन्टल पार्ट को थोड़ा सा फर्दर एक्सटेंड करेंगे और इसी के साथ हम पॉजिटिवली स्लोप्ड ग्राफ बनाएंगे, देन वी विल मेक इट वर्टिकल स्ट्रेट लाइन. सो न्यू एग्रीगेट सप्लाई कर्व इज AS1. सो एग्रीगेट सप्लाई अगर AS से AS1 की तरफ शिफ्ट कर जाए तो इसको पोटेंशियल इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ कहते हैं. सो दीज आर मल्टीपल कॉन्सेप्ट्स ऑफ एक्चुअल एंड पोटेंशियल इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ, and you can have a quick recap of this topic again. And this graph shows actual economic growth when there is movement from point C to D, and it is caused by increase in employment of previously unemployed resources. Potential economic growth leads to complete shift in rightward shift in PPC, and actual growth is also shown with rise in aggregate demand and shifting it to the right, and potential economic growth is shown with rightward shift in aggregate supply curve as this graph. So this is actual and potential economic growth. If you are interested to know what are the costs and benefits of economic growth, then you must click on the next video, and afterwards I will also explain you what are the sources of achieving economic growth, how to achieve economic growth. So this is it for today's lecture, and I also suggest all of you to get 3 important books which are really important for you. One is Comprehensive Economics. It contains complete notes of A2 level economics. Number 2 is Topical Paper 3. It contains MCQs topically arranged, and each MCQ has been explained in detail. Number 3 is Topical Paper 4. It contains all type of long questions, case studies, and they are completely solved as well. So they will really help you. So this is it for today. Bye bye.